let's start now. So I think we have started with this intellectual property rights and how it is relevant for the management, marketing, branding, advertisement, and everything, right? So therein we started with patent, and we discussed that a patent is important for any organization in terms of when basically they are going for product and process and all. And Indian Patent Office, they offer 20 years grant basically for this patent. Once you get it, there are two types of patent process. One is provisional patent, and another one is final patent. Uh, Provisional patent is filed generally within 1 year. Generally, whenever you are thinking that you have started your work for the for that particular discovery or the invention, and within 1 year of the filing the provisional patent, you will have to file the final patent. So this is one thing. And after once you get this, you know, uh, immunization, then what you will have to do that 20 years you'll be getting the benefit after that. And after 20 years, your innovation, your everything, your technique, innovation, and everything will become public, so that anybody, for the betterment of the mankind, anybody can copy your research, your innovation, and can be utilized. Most of the cases it happens that drugs, you will come to know that sometimes drug medicine companies, they are filing patents so that next 20 years they can get the advantage out of that, they can mint the money out of that. Even you must be seeing that in some cases, let's say heart disease and a few cases, these medicine companies, drug companies, they have asked for the extension patent and all. So generally beyond 20 years, nobody gives it. So this is the legal, benefit, whatever one person who has filed the patent on his behalf, they can get it. Second, we discussed about the copyright, and I took the example of Rabindranath Tagore. Earlier, it was 50 years benefit, but because of the Nobel laureate and all in 2002, they extended it to 60 years. And beyond 60 years, it becomes public. So that is the reason nowadays you can see that Rabindra Sangeet or whatever the, you know, poetry, short stories, novels, whatever he has written, now new publishers can publish it on their own way, or you will see the remix songs of Rabindranath Tagore, and all of those things can come. So that is as per the legal thing, because already after death of that particular author, 60 years gone. If I'm not wrong, in 2002 or 2004, it is over 60 years. And after that, it became public. So that is the point of or benefit of any copyright products and all. Now, copyright can be you can get for your own thing also. Let's say you are writing a manuscript. Let's say you're writing a book, and you want to ensure that manuscript should not be copied by anyone. So you can send to the copyright office 3 copies of your manuscript, one copy, not the original. So 3 copies of your manuscript to the IPO office. It is in Delhi. It takes 30 days waiting period. And I got that copyright in 40 days basically. So I'll be sharing with you that how this copyright certificate looks like. Sorry. So this is the exactly government issued copyright certificate. You can see that my name is mentioned there, and I did some literary work. And for that, I got this copyright and all. You understood? So this is the exact certificate, and I can get, or my heirs, legal heirs in future, like my son, maybe my wife and my grandson, grandchildren, whatever. After my death, till next 60 years, they'll be getting any royalty, any money, whatever they're getting, or I'm enjoying, or I may get from publisher or anybody else till 60 years from my death. So it's very useful and good protection so that they can get. This is the reason we call it the intellectual property. It is one time of property which you are getting from which you are getting recurring money as we get it from property. Okay, fine. So this is the copyright, these things. Let's start with this now, trademark and all. So trademark, when considering, we are talking about the moment I say that, can you remember what will be the Pepsi logo? It's a wave type, like 3 color or 2 color, you can say blue, white, and then red or something like that, isn't it? So the moment I say that Pepsi, that logo comes into your mind. The moment I say IBM, maybe IBM, that word comes into that logo comes into your mind. Okay. If I say Infosys, if I say anything, the moment I take a brand name, the trademark is attached to that. Okay. Immediately it comes to your mind. Now you can ask me, sir, why the trademark is required? The reason is the moment I say Maggie, most of the cases, Maggie is the product of Nestle, and we do not remember the Nestle company and the product like that manner. The moment I am getting that logo registered in my mind, it is much easier for any consumer to remember about that product and service. And that is the reason trademark was introduced. Now, herein two things we need to understand why it is very much relevant for our marketing, branding, and company perspective. Let's take an example. There is a product company, there is a service company. Now, what is the product company? Those who create the product. Let's take an example, Coca-Cola, Maggie, uh, anything, Ajanta, which creates um, uh, what I say, watch, okay, clock or something like that. So whatever I say about the company which are making the product, we call it product company. And more or more, when a company is inclined towards the service, we call them service company. So if I ask you IBM, Infosys, is that they are the product company? Okay, I'll leave IBM. IBM is mixed because IBM produces servers and all of those things. I will uh, leave that part. That is a hybrid one. Let's say Infosys. If I talk about Infosys, is that a product company, or it's a service company? Service company, because they are not, to some extent, we are not recognizing Infosys that they're making any product. Now, if I ask you Maruti or Toyota, is they're a product company or service company? Exactly. The moment you have understood the difference between product company and service company, then the trademark symbol also gets changed. It means what? Everybody can write R. That is the registered. When it is registered, you are getting the certificate. I don't have that trademark certificate in my name. So, but anyhow, that R, once you are getting that certificate, then you can write R. But that generally takes 1 year of time. Before that, let's say today you are filing for Pepsi logo, Infosys logo, IBM logo, or your creative, any logo for your company and company. As a product company or the service company, whatever, the R within circle, you can only write after 1 year. Generally, that is the rule, thumb rule. And before this, till you are getting that, you can write trademark, TM. Most of the cases we have seen this TM, this word. It means trademark I have given. This is a trademark. Okay. Now there is something called SM, which is called service mark. Both are same. Both are same. But ideally, trademark TM is used when it is a product company or product against a product. Let's say Maggie, Coca-Cola, it should be TM. Think that they have not got the registration till now. They're waiting for that next 1 year. So till then they need to write TM. But let's say Infosys or VLearn or any new company which is started, okay, they have applied for the registration. It is in waiting period. They will have to write SM, service mark. There is a slight difference in between these two. Otherwise, there is no difference in terms of protection, in terms of anything. The moment both of them are getting after 1 year the permission or the letter, registration letter from the IPO office, both of them can write R, capital R within circle. So there is ideally no difference, but we make the difference writing TM as a trademark for the product company, brands, products, and SM for the service company, product or services. Let's talk about the industrial design. Okay. Now, when I'm talking about industrial design, it means something related to the designing. Now, it does not mean the designing means you are making a sari design, you are drawing something that comes under design. No. When I'm talking about industrial design, it comes under like semiconductor, motherboard, electrical circuit designing, all these circuits are different basically, if you know. And if you're aware, these lines are basically the electrical circuits. Few of you, I'm sure that you know. So these designs are different from motherboard to motherboard, one company to another company, one whatever, electrical chipset to another electrical, sorry, computer chipset. So that is the reason we call it semiconductor designs. Most of the cases, electronics companies, laptop companies, they make this kind of designing protection so that nobody can copy. Think that you are using a Mac book. Okay, so anybody can open that motherboard and they can copy it and they can start producing that. So to protect that, companies, they go for industrial design protection. Understood? Now that is for semiconductors and all. It does not mean that it is not protecting other things. Gold jewelries and ornamentals also, you can get the protection. Most of the cases you have seen, even I think that our um, uh, madams, whoever students are there, they will understand that when they go for purchasing any necklace and all, let's say Bhima Jewelers, I'm sorry, when they go for buying any jeweler, necklace or something like that, bangles and all, let's say to Bhima Jewelers, if you visit another Kalyan Jewelers or PC Chandra Jewelers, I'm just giving hypothetical names. It's nothing to discriminate anything. Huh? Again, I'm telling you. So if they're going to another jewelry shop, they may see the similar design. Now it means that the first person who has made it or discovered it or drawn the right or very useful design, if that particular company, let's say Bhima Jewelers, would have taken the industrial design protection against that ornament design, then others could not copy. If others are copying, then Bhima Jewelers could go to the court and sue them and could get the protection out of that. You understood what I'm saying? So this is also applicable for the gold ornaments and all, or designs and all of those things. So these are all coming under industrial design. Now herein, you should know that this also gives you 20 years grant or till you are paying the fees, because every 3 years or every, I think every 3 years you need to make the payment, or every 2 years you need to make the payment for renewing your certificate, okay, or the permission. So till you are paying fees, that's okay, or 20 years, whatever is the, whichever is the earlier. Fine, you understood? Now let's talk about next the trade secret. Now all of us, we know the right example of trade secrets are nothing but Maggie, Coca-Cola and all. So trade secrets are nothing but when a unique component of a particular product is hidden from the mass people or from the competition or from anybody. They should not know. So in that case, they can go for, okay, trade secret protection. So trade secret includes sometimes formula, recipe, practices, process, design, instruments, pattern, complications of information, anything that have inherent economic value and competitive advantage of that particular business with respect to other competition or the nearest competition. And this will be not be, it is not filed a patent, because you're not going for patent filing. You are saying, no, I do not want to disclose that, but I want to protect that trade secret under my under certain conditions. Okay, so you are protecting your business secret without taking patent or another thing. So generally in, if I'm not wrong, in Coca-Cola, everybody knows that only top two, by the way, that day only we visited Coca-Cola factory. They're only, they're saying, if I'm not wrong, that in Coca-Cola factory, only two top people, they know the formulation or the concentration, how much it will be added on something like that. And these two people, these two top-notch people, top management people, their job is only to ensure that every day or something like that, whenever production is getting started in particular unit of the plant, they go and give that particular product, a percentage of that concentration with, so that it can be mixed with different water and all of those process. And the process is both of them, they do not travel together. One of them should be present in the office while another person is on vacation or traveling somewhere. So both of them, two people are there, but both of them cannot travel together, cannot take vacation together. It has to be all the time. One person should be present in one of the plants and offices, and another person will be traveling. That can be allowed, something like that. So this kind of practices they follow, in terms of trade secret. And that secret is only with those two people or something. It is written in their central office secret locker or vault, something like that. So that is the process and all. So this comes under trade secret. All we know that Maggie taste is different than whatever so-called brands have come, Top Ramen, Patanjali, whatever the brands have come, it is really different, and nobody could copy exactly the Maggie fragrance and Maggie recipe as such. Think that you are what I will say, Sanjeev Kapoor. Have you ever heard the name of Sanjeev Kapoor? Anyone? Chef. Let's say he chef and he has invented a new recipe which is super. Okay, it happens generally. Last time I visited Goa, Taj Exotica. So therein they prepared one new dish, some cherry puttu, fish cherry puttu, some they took the name, and I liked it very much. And then they are asking feedback and all, so that they can get it introduced in the normal course of menu and all. So lot of things. If think that particular shape or group of shape, they want to protect that recipe, they can easily go for this trade secret, and so that nobody can copy on that. Next, let's talk about the plant varieties. The picture which is shown here is Dr. Jagdish Chandra Bose. Not doctor, that point of time he was Acharya. Long back, that degree didn't come. Acharya Jagdish Chandra Bose. So few of you must be aware that he was so much, he was a so great scientist. He had in one side physics, he invented many things, and he also on the other side botany and biology related activities and the researches he conducted and all. And in few cases still we believe, and I have also heard from my grandfathers and all, that he used to do the hybridization, okay, hybrid mix in between two fruits in such a way, let's say mango and lychee, I'm just giving example. And he used to mix these two breeds in such a way that the outcome of the new breed, let's say it's a mango, the taste will be super and the color will be little lychee or something like that. So it is look wise and the taste wise better than the original breed. So that kind of plant varieties, that kind of work, uh, he did it day in day out. Okay. So in that case, but unfortunately, he didn't go for any kind of patent or any kind of protection, intellectual right protections at that point of time. And that is the reason today you will see a lot of hybrid. We call it this is a hybrid mango. This is a hybrid fruit. Many people have come across with that kind of technology, how to do the breeding or hybriding, whatever. You understood what I'm saying? So, so if someone is going for this plant varieties protection and all, then they will get 25 years grant or the protection, so that other people cannot copy the same thing. I will take you another example. If I'm not wrong, I think Biocon. Uh, Biocon, that company, Biocon, yes, Biocon. Biocon uh, did some research and came up with one type of seeds of papaya plant. Okay. So if a farmer using that particular seed, hybrid seed, when papaya plant will grow up, and it will give you lots of fruits, lots of papayas, which is generally for Indian and normal village, we cannot see in a normal breed. Okay. So they have done something, it will give you lots of papayas. You can see the pictures also anywhere. But the surprising fact is The moment you cut that papaya, you will not get any seed inside that. The moment you will cut that papaya, you will not get any seed inside that, so that you can use that seed for your next plantation. So that is the discovery, whatever, not discovery, invention that biocon scientists have done, that only farmers need to buy seeds from them only. Otherwise, they cannot do this plantation and they cannot get that much of big fruits and all of this output and all. So in that case also, they could go for plant variety protection, and they can get 25 years protection for that. Okay. The last one is very famous, which is called geographical indication. Now, geographical indication happens when a particular product name is attached to that particular place where it got invented or where it was started, and so on and so forth. The moment I say Kanjivaram sari, can anybody tell me that Kanjivaram sari basically is from where? Ideally, the moment I say Kanjivaram sari, it has a different pattern. Maybe our Rimi or someone, they can put more light on this. Exactly, something is there, okay? Something different pattern which cannot be copied also. Even if I'm creating the same pattern sari, I'm copying same pattern of sari in Calcutta, still I cannot say that is a Calcutta silk sari. It has to be Kanjipuram sari. You understood what I'm saying? So this is the difference. Like the moment I say Dharwar Pera. So Pera is famous, that everybody creates it. But Dharwar, the Pera which is coming from Dharwar, or which is created in prepared in Dharwar, following a certain process, that comes under the geographical indication. Mysore Pak. So do you think that Bangalore Pak is not there? It's a sweet, simple. In Bangalore also it can be made. Maharashtra also it can be made. North also it can be made. But still it is Mysore Pak, because in Mysore, a certain community following certain rules, they are preparing that sweet, which is very famous, which got very, very famous over the period of time. And that is the reason we are giving geographical indication. Matlab, I am indicating means I am indicating that particular product with or from where or which geography that product is coming or invented or getting produced. So the beauty of geographical indication is it has to be through a society. A society has to be formed first, okay? And in that society, let's say minimum 11 members has to be there. And not only 11 members in that particular society, other workers also will be included. And the society head or vice president of the society or whatever, they will apply government IPO office for the geographical indication protection with the signature of in all society members or 50% or 51% of society members. Then only it is considered. Understood what I'm saying? And that production will happen only within that society itself. Now, over the period of time, I will come. You can be surprised that, oh my God, how come then it is Mysore Pak when somebody is making in Hyderabad? Bangalore. It's not. It's not. Ideally, keep it your open your thought process. It is not. Mysore Pak means when okay, let's say Mysore silk, it will be better. So you know that weavers and all. So there is they have a group. So when under that society, all the people weavers, they're using particular pattern, particular thread, particular quality, particular color, and following all the processes and coming up with a unique sari. Okay, weaving one unique sari, then that is called Mysore silk. It is not that, let's say, I am a weaver of same Mysore. I am not following, I'm not belonging to that group. I'm not following their pattern, but only just I'm copying Mysore silk, what is the pattern and all, and I'm making it, I'm selling it as a Mysore silk. Actually, it is not a Mysore silk. Like if I say you Rasgulla, the moment I'm telling you Rasgulla, first, which geographical name comes to your mind? Bengal, Calcutta, right? But you know, you'll be surprised. 5 years back, Orissa government protested, and they protested against this, and they applied for a geographical indication of that Rasgulla, and IPO office cancelled that. They said, no, Calcutta is the origin and not you. You understand what I'm saying? So, but Odisha, you don't say Odisha Rasgulla. You say, give me the Rasgulla, isn't it? The same Rasgulla or the taste is different in Calcutta. But if you do not know, for me, or if I do not know, same Rasgulla is for me. This is also, this is also. You'll say this is a different taste, this is a different taste. So same thing. Now consider the silk sari, Mysore pak, Dharwad peda, whatever you name it, Kanjivaram silk. It has to be from that particular society, from particular geography, then only it is done. And if it is not, then why the export of Mysore silk from Mysore is more than any other parts of the country? The same sari can be created, can be weaved, weavers can make it in Calcutta also, North also, Maharashtra also. You understood what I'm saying now? So geographical indication is that one. You should think from that angle. Now you can say, sir, oh my God, then what is my, why I am reading this intellectual property geographical indication? Because I am a product. I may be a product company, or maybe a service company. Please understand, if you're a service company, it is not a big problem. This is related to the products. If tomorrow, let's say, if I'm not wrong, Mandia, Organic Mandia, there is a company, right? Organic Mandia. So Organic Mandia, what they are doing, that company is saying, I am from Mandia itself. They wanted to make as a geographical indication attached to their company and the business. But that is not geographical indication. But however, think that you are not a private company. Okay, you are working for the public, NGO or the society. You have gathered many farmers from Mandia, and you have cultivated, let's say, some wheat or papaya or some fruit in a different manner. Okay, which only that technique is known to that particular society members or people, the group of people. Then you can find, you can file as a geographic indication like Mandia papaya. You understood what I'm saying? Mandia rice, isn't it? Then you can apply, but not as an individual one or the private company. Similarly, basmati rice. Pakistan opposed India and filed an international complaint to the International Law of Court, ILO. I think that is in Brussels or where, I don't know. They filed a case against India that basmati rice should be their name, their rice, basmati rice name, not Indian. And what is the benefit for that? Whether they have got or not, I will tell you. But what is the benefit for that, this fight and all? The moment they get that permission, let's say Odisha has got geographical indication for Rasgulla, then entire export will happen from Odisha, not from Calcutta. Similarly, basmati rice, entire export will be happening from Pakistan, not from India. So the export, payment, revenue, everything will go down. So that is the reason it has a importance, how you are going for this geographical indication, how we are managing all these products and all. By the way, ILO cancelled and rejected that application, and still basmati rice is our property rights. Okay, any question? So now we will be talking about the marketing mix. Now, generally, we used to know before 2006 and all, only 4 P's of marketing, 4 P's of marketing. 4 P's of marketing is nothing but product, price, place, and promotion. What is product? We all know. If a physical thing, we call it product. Okay. Price, what is, how much somebody has to pay, some price, what is your price and all. Place, where you are selling that. Generally, it used to be in market, then it may be the brick and mortar shop, it may be shopping mall, place may be difference. Okay. And then promotion, how you are reaching out to the customers, isn't it? So these 4 P's were very common before 20 years also. After that, people came and say, no, researchers came. They said, but it is not possible to have the marketing without people. If people P you are not adding, then whom you are communicating or whom you are doing the promotion? Then some researcher added people and it was accepted. Then some researcher said, fine, you have product, you have price, you have place, you have promotion, you have people. But if there is no process, how will you do everything? The product has a process, pricing strategy has a process, place selection has a process, promotion has a process, people selection target segment is a process. Then process is also a P, one of the P's of the marketing mix. Then other researchers also vetted on that. And they said, okay, P also. By the way, in terms of this process and this whatever place I called it, so the selection of place is also important in any business. So that place where you are selling, it matters. I'll take you an example of Goli Vada Pav. Hope you people know about Goli Vada Pav. I forgot the founder's name and all. So what was happening? He was coming from London. They had business there in London, but it didn't work out. I think sweet business. Slightly you consider related to that story and all. The point is different. What I want to convey this. So what happened in during 1980s and some point of time, he sold that business in London and he was coming back. So way to London, he became hungry. He had to eat something. And then he approached to nearest shop. He got the vada pav. Burger. And it was tasty and soft. So then while he was coming in flight, he was thinking, okay, fine, I have sold all my business there in London, UK. I'm coming back here in India. What should I do going there? Let's do something which will give value to the Indian people. 1980, that point of time, I'm talking about, you can understand. So what he did, he thought that, okay, fine, I will be creating one separate type of food or dish, whatever you say, which will be easily affordable to the Indian people and which will, for eating that, Indian people will not be hungry. And he actually got the concept of vada pav from that burger. And that vada is nothing but that burger patties and all. So he got that concept, but the cost of bigger burger and that bigger patty, that point of time, it was more costly. So then he wanted to make it cost effective. Okay, there is different strategies are there, but coming to the point of place and convenience, okay, place. So then he came back and he himself designed the design of pav. So it will be bread, but not actual bread. It will be bun, but it will not be actual round bun and all, so that we can save little money in size and all, and I can give it lesser cost. Okay, and it may be possible that you do not need to eat always full stomach when you are eating this. It's okay, you are on the go. Mumbai is on the go always, so they can grab it, munch it, and can go like that. So that is the reason he reduced the size of pav. He actually designed a pav, and he ordered to the bakery that it should be made like that, and so on and so forth. For logistics, you will see all the buns are coming in, I think, 16 sizes and all, or something like that, for reducing the logistics and all. No other bun and all, it comes like that. All comes separately and all. And then vada. So I'll not get into the production of that in maybe in different strategic management paper. I can explain more on that. But everything, when it was ready, the question was where he will start his business and he will start his outlet. So then he thought that his pricing strategy and promotion place strategy was so nice. He said, I will not make a huge profit from one vada pav. I'll make small profit, but I will reach out to the maximum people. Now, if that is the strategy where maximum footfall can happen, it is obviously, let's say, shopping malls or bus stop or railway stations. 1980, there was no concept of big shopping malls like this, whatever we are having. You agree on that, I'm sure. 80s. Then what it has happened, he chosen the busiest place of Mumbai, which is Mumbai local train stations. So he started his own and first franchisee out, not franchisee, first setup there in Andheri. And within very few months, he got the ROI and it became famous and so on and so forth. So when you are choosing place in terms of product, it matters. Fine. So let's say product, price, place, promotion, people, and processes happen. Then another is called physical evidence. Physical evidence means where you are situated. When we order something, think that you want to order some big thing. Let's say you want to order anything, one laptop and all, or you want to order something. Always you try to think that where is that company is. I'm not talking about through Amazon and all, because if anything happens, Amazon is responsible. I'm saying that thing that sumitsaha.com. You are going there, you want to order, let's say, one laptop, but you do not know where is Sumitsaha company. So what you want to do, you want to go and check where is basically the company is situated, where is that registered office. That exactly it's called physical evidence. So where that establishment is there of that particular company. Now, if I ask you that thing that you want to buy a SIM card, you have gone to nearest Vodafone or Airtel shop. Is that a physical evidence or not? It is a physical evidence provided that company is running that. It is not individually I am outsourcing and selling it, reselling it. Or company has approved him as an authorized seller. Simple. So then only it is a physical evidence. You understood? But ideally, generally, we consider that company's own establishment, which is registered in that particular, let's say Karnataka or Delhi or wherever, that particular location. Now you understood what is physical evidence. Now, sometimes when we give presentation also, there also we follow this marketing mix and all. When we are giving presentation, it is in Zoom, it's different, but you see that whenever we give lectures and all, we give notes, we give some sort of handouts, we give something, whatever I'm giving presentation to CEO, we attach some flyer, we attach something, some promotion, some quotation, something like that. That is also, we call it physical evidence. When we are giving, when we are not the product, but the service we are giving. You understood now what is the physical evidence? But narrow down to this simple, fruitful answer of this physical evidence is where the company is present and registered in that locality with that government. Clear? Now, all whatever I have explained till now, you must have observed the product, price, place, promotion, people, process, physical evidence, all are related to the product, most of the cases. Now, service people, when after 1982, IT company became as a IT industry and service industry, service came into the picture. And after 2000, it became boom in India. Then people started thinking, oh my God, 80%, 70% to 80% revenue today of the government is coming from, tax is coming from service industry. Or I will say the revenue is coming to service industry. And only 20% to 30% from manufacturing and the product industries. If that is the disparity, if that is the condition, then why service people like us, let's say we never sold a product and we never created a product, but we know programming, we are giving services, whatever, education services, whatever, IT services, anything. In that case, they said, no, this is all not sufficient. We need to change the verbiage of this marketing mix. So what is the verbiage? Instead of product, I will say customer solution. Think that you are working in IT company, you are creating a code and the product for whom? Not product, application for whom? Customer. Why you are making for customer? Because customer has a problem. Correct. That is the reason you are giving a solution. Yes. So I'm giving customer solution. So my product is the solution which I am providing. It is not the app which I am creating. Okay, fine. Then what to do? Replace product with the name of customer solution. I'm not replace means I'm not saying replacing for product. I'm saying 4Cs are also included, but it is similar to that. You understood what I'm saying? Now, product, instead of product, for service companies, we're calling customer solutions. Sometimes also can say, okay, fine, I will not take the name of product, it is a customer solution. Similarly, for price, it is for services we are considering cost. C, cost. Then place. Place means nowadays, you know that physical sale is happening very less and the digital sale is happening very high. If that is the reason, why place means only we will consider that brick and mortar shop. Why place means only the physical evidence where it is there. Why place means only the shopping mall. I can sell, I can go, I can give you service anywhere as per my convenience. You tell me, you come to my place, give the solution. Yes. What is the education services are happening? What are the IT solutions are happening? People are going there to the customer's place and then giving product demo, and then they are going and installing, integrating that software or the service to customers system, IT and all. So wherever I'm making place, okay, for sales and all, that is for my convenience. So from service perspective, I will say not place, it's a convenience time. Is it okay? And the last one is promotion. Instead of promotion, they're saying communication. So promotion, it is generally, if you say the moment I'm saying I'm promoting, I'm doing promotion, the hard promotion comes into our mind. That means through, let's say, uh, road shows, then, uh, many things like pamphlet distribution and all of those things. Here instead of promotion, we are calling it communication. So this gives our overall marketing mix as on date till date, wherein we started with 4Ps, product, price, place, promotion. And we added 3 more: people, process, physical evidence. And in certain cases, now we have added another 4 Cs: customer solution instead of product, price, cost, place, convenience, and promotion, communication. Clear? So this is all over the marketing mix. Okay, let's move on to the next one. What is consumer buying behavior? Already I have discussed with you different factors, different stages and all. All these things already I have discussed with you. Now only regarding problem recognition, I have one case to discuss with you. That is the reason I'm discussing this. Okay, but rest all I have discussed with you in previous classes. So herein I will just take this Fair and Lovely case. That is the reason I'm telling again, and then I will go to the another one. Now when I'm talking about the problem recognition, very interesting case is there, which is called Fair and Lovely. So if I'm not wrong, and you can also recall, Fair and Lovely, this product, basically this is a cream, fairness and beauty cream. Generally girls used to use, or the target segment was girl. Am I right or wrong? 15 years back, if you are agreeing on that, 15 years back, 10 to 15 years back, what happened? Suddenly they saw the sale of Fair and Lovely went very high in a particular geography of this country. Now, whenever this abnormality happens, whenever this type of abnormality happens, company first, they jump into the process of market research, that why it is happening. Okay, why suddenly the sales has gone up. Now, in a particular geography, if they get to know that what is the reason for this sales up, then they can replicate the same reason in other geographies also, isn't it? And on that manner, they can increase the revenue. That's a simple reason behind this. Simple reason behind this. Okay. Now, when they decided 5-6 people, group of people, to take the do the market research for the particular geography, why the reason is why the Fair and Lovely sales gone high in that particular locality, they found that almost 30 to 40% sales from that particular locality is happening not by the girls, but by the boys. Boys have started using Fair and Lovely. Okay. Now, over the period of time, last 20 years, 30 years, whatever, more than that, 30 years, 40 years, they have injected this concept that Fair and Lovely, if any girl is using, they will become fair. And now, which is good, bad, there are a lot of agitations against that. I'm not getting into that. That is a marketing strategy. When we'll be discussing strategy part, we'll get into that. Chop up that part. Okay. So it was injected in consumers' mind, especially consumers, girls, women's mind, that if you use Fair and Lovely, you will become fair. And the advertisements also used to focus in that manner. The reason is, that generally Indian girls, Indian boys, they're little dark. Okay, little dark because of the climate, because of our genes and so on and so forth. And when the bride and groom, they choose each other, generally the fair bride or groom, it is preferred. I'm not discriminating anybody, but that is the harsh truth. And this company, they targeted that particular segment. And last 30 years, 40 years, they're doing like that. But fortunately or unfortunately, whatever, last 15 years back, 10 years back, people like me who are not at all fair and all, dark color, maybe we started using Fair and Lovely, thinking that I will become fair. So that sentiment they had understood, and then they created another. Now, let's say that you are a chief marketing officer of Fair and Lovely, that product officer. Okay. Now this information got revealed in this research to you. What will be your next measurable step or feasible step as a chief marketing officer? Fair and Handsome was been promoted by Shah Rukh Khan or some dark people, whatever. You got it, what I'm saying? So that is the reason what they have done. They have created another product line or product extension, we call it, for men. And they are selling that. And now they are saying Fair and Handsome is for tough skin, like men. The moment they have created these two brands in front of you, now you think one is Fair and Lovely and one is Fair and Handsome. And they are saying, bhai, Fair and Lovely, instead of that, Fair and Handsome is for tough skin. And we are boys, we'll say, yes, we have the tough skin and all, isn't it? Yes, which is true. So now, will you buy Fair and Lovely or you will buy Fair and Handsome? 100%, because again, they made us fool. Again, they have injected the propaganda or the marketing, what I will say, marketing jargons, whatever they wanted to push into our mind. And both the cases, you tell me, are you becoming fair? So this is the propaganda, very simple. Nobody becomes fair like this. It's a gene. There is something called melanin in the skin. And you cannot you cannot do that. And in that case, your face will be whiter or fairer rather than your body tone. It will never happen like that. It does not happen. So it is through gene and all this protection needs to be taken. That's okay. I'm not getting into that. But it is the product. Maybe there are some sort of elements are there, laboratory tested. Okay. And in that, they are saying you will become fairer and something like that. And that is the reason they created another product line, which is Fair and Handsome. And now the beauty, you know what? As they have understood that customers also, girls also, women also, they got to know that they are not going to be fair. So that is the reason here, Fair and Lovely, they have changed the name. What is the name now of the new product? So they are not saying fair. And glow can be anything. Glow can be anything in your eyes. Simple. This is marketing. And I will tell you many examples, you'll love it in strategic, this thing that Coca-Cola. Okay, today I'm telling you, let's say, for the sake of this marketing and this concept only. Any one of you, tell me, what is the color of Santa Claus dress? Before 1950, the Santa Claus dress was white and green. It is Coca-Cola, Coke, to bring the parity and make more sales, more customized, like Thanda Matlab Coca-Cola. They tried in India. And this they tried in US and US ate it. Simple. And then since then it became red. Branding. We'll talk many things, okay, later on. Let's move on. I have many things to tell. So this I already have discussed, that cognitive dissonance is nothing but after purchasing big sales, sorry, purchasing a big ticket product and all, always our mind keeps on thinking whether I have taken a right decision or not. So that stage is called cognitive dissonance and all. Okay. Now, simple, in quick word, I'll be telling you what is the B2B and B2C. It is B2B means business to business sales, and B2C means business to consumer sale. Ask yourself a very good question to yourself to understand whether it is a B2B and B2C. Think you are buying a product, anything, product or service. Okay. You are making payment to me. Let's say I'm selling you. It may be I'm company, it may be I'm individual. Forget it. That will be C2C. Let's say I'm business. I'm going to sell you something. Let's say I'm going and telling you, you buy this product. Ask yourself the question, are you going to make the payment for this against this product to me from your personal account or company account? If your answer is, I'm telling you very clearly the actual practice in the market and the industry. Nowhere in the book it is written in this manner. I have worked in this B2B and B2C last 16 years, I'm telling you. Ask this simple one question. People will say business to business. What is business to business? Business to C, consumer selling. What does this mean? Think very simple a question, that if I am a business person from this franchisee or from this company, coming to you and selling this product and you're buying this, whether you are going to make the payment to me, let's say my company, from your personal bank account or the company bank account. If your answer is from your personal bank account, then it is B2C, or from personal or from your pocket. Or the question, if the answer is no, you are going to pay against 40,000, 50,000 or 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs from your company account to me, or maybe where you are working, that procurement manager, purchase manager will issue the check and so on and so forth to me, to my company, from their company bank account, payment will come to my bank account, then it is called B2B. There is no other definition. It cannot be any other definition. It can be more complicated if and else, but it cannot be easier answer about B2B and B2C. Don't say B2B means business to business. And that you are interpreting. You are just saying B means business, 2 means 2, B means business. No, Baba. You are just, instead of abbreviation, you are using full words. B2B means and B2C means this word. Only one ask question to you and yourself, how the payment is coming from you to me, seller, buyer to seller. Now you can say, now I'm giving you another hypothetical condition. Think that you are working in Infosys or Toyota company. Toyota company has approached to me that I need 100 phones. Let's say Apple phones, any phones. I am not getting into that. Sumit, you provide me. Your company provide me. I have provided your purchase manager 100 mobile phones to your purchase manager. Okay. Now, this phone is going to be used by you individually as an employee. Okay. But payment came to me from company bank account. Then it is a B2B or B2C? Yes. It is as easy as it is. Don't get confused who is using. It is not the user, but the payment talks about. It may be in company you have been given this to use it. That's okay. But finally it is B2B. Is it clear now? Everything is done then if it is. Then organization prefers B2B because it is in bulk. Okay, we can go for negotiation. But in terms of consumer, we don't go for bulk. That is the reason instead of 40,000, they will not give you 30,000. They will give you 39,200 or something like that. But the same product, if you talk about do the negotiation with corporates, instead of 40,000, you will have to give in 30,000 because they are going to give you order in 100, 200 pieces. And here I will be buying only 1 piece, 2 piece, something like that. Okay. And these are the different approaches of all of those things. There is something called centralized and decentralized procurement process. Very easy. Think in your company. If you want a laptop, so your local office is procuring and giving it to you? If it is, then decentralized procurement system. If you are saying no, like IBM, they will pass that procurement. You are requesting to a procurement manager will pass it to the Delhi office. Delhi office will procure for all of India, centralized. Then they will ship from Delhi to your office, Delhi to Chennai office, Delhi to Hyderabad office, and then you are going to use it. Then it is, the decision is happening centralized, and the procurement process is called centralized procurement process. Okay. So now we have understood what is marketing, sales, these, that, and all. Now we will be talking 3-4 minutes discussing on the market research, which already we have done before also. It's nothing but the systematic gathering, recording, and analyzing the data about the problems related to the marketing of goods and services. The example which I gave you related to the Fair and Lovely, that they formed a group of researchers, they went there, they did research, they got the final analysis, and they came here. So these are all these stages, and I do not need to explain these things. Something is formulating the program, and then from understanding the problem, just copy it, what I explained right now related to the Fair and Lovely. Then you develop objectives. What is your objectives? Hypothesis is nothing but a statement. It may be wrong, it may be right. After study, after analysis, we'll get to know whether hypothesis is correct or wrong. There are different types of hypothesis. Null hypothesis, alternate hypothesis. We'll not get into that because you're not doing the physical research. Then you need to do the research designing. What kind of instrument you're going to use, whether it is face-to-face or you are going to use a survey method, one survey questionnaire or whatever. Those are called the research instruments. Then whom will be targeting? What is your population? What is your sample size? What is the data collection method? Whether it is a primary data or secondary data? How will you approach? All of those things come under research process, market research process, including data analysis techniques. Qualitative or quantitative. Quantitative means when you are talking about the numbers and we are finding out. Qualitative means more on open-ended questions, fetching data, information, that more on qualitative. Quantitative means number, percentage, talking about prediction. Those comes under quantitative and all. Okay. So they are in related to one probability sampling and non-probability sampling. If your sampling method is probability, then only you can do the analysis in terms of quantitative methods and all. Prediction. If it is not, then it is qualitative. It has to be quality. Some checks are there. So these are the process where you can which you can follow and do the market research as such. These are the questionnaire you must have seen multiple times. Client satisfaction survey, anything. It may be as per your usage. I mean 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 1 to 9, open-ended question, closed-ended question, anything you can form. These are called the instruments, survey forms and the instruments. Now we have reached to the last segment of our lesson plan, which is demand forecasting. Now, I believe that being a salesperson or the marketing person, whoever you are, the demand forecasting is important. Whether you are working in IT company, you are working in manufacturing company, product company, service company, it is absolute. Being a chief marketing officer, you should know what is your demand projection. Let's say this year, next month, this year, next 3 years, next 5 years. It has to be there. Otherwise, you cannot make a long-term or short-term plan and budgeting. And that is the reason demand forecasting is very, very important. There might be different ways of demand forecasting, different ways. If you go through the statistics books, sales and management books and all, there are many, many ways on that. Herein for the timing, we'll be considering the time series analysis. Okay, not Navy method, not thumb rule method, not all of those things. Here purely we will be focusing on time series analysis method, or we also say the statistical method or projection method. Okay, let me explain the methods, then you will understand. Now in this time series, what is time series analysis? Now understand what is time series. When a data to you is produced in such a manner that you have got the data in chronological manner, or the geography wise and so on and so forth, in a chronological manner, means time on order manner, then only it is called then only we can do the time series analysis. Now, what is this chronological order or date-wise model? It may be, let's say that I am asking you that in last 10 years, first standard to 10th standard, what is your percentage of marks? Then you will say, example, 2001 First standard, I got 80%. 2002, 30%. Example, 40%. 2003, 90%. Similarly, in 2010, I have got 80%. So what I am projecting now, I am giving you the data. Understand, this is very, people will, they generally, they misunderstand about the time series analysis. They think that any data can be analyzed in this method. No. So what you are doing here, or what I'm projecting to you, giving the data in a chronological manner, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2010, and percentage of it. Then you can take average and so on and so forth, analysis you do. That is called time series analysis. It may be in month wise also. It may be day wise also. It may be minute wise also. It may be hour wise also. That's okay. But it has to be in chronological manner in terms of time. Any doubt? Okay. Now, when I'm talking about time series analysis, there are different methods of doing this. Okay. Different methods means models and all basically. One is called additive model. Another is a multiplicative model. Now, what is this? When I'll be using addition with some parameters to get certain result, that is additive. When I'm using multiplication method, okay, with some parameters or the features which is given or which I need to get certain parameter, okay, then I'm using multiplicative method. Very simple, as it is. Now the formula is very simple for additive. Y here, YT, what I need to know, time series data, whatever I need to calculate. There are four variants. Okay, one is T, C, S, and R. T is nothing but trend variation. C for cyclic variation. S for seasonal variation. And R for random and irregular variation. What is this? Now, when I'm talking about trend, you know that something is long trend, long-term trend, short-term trend. Okay, I know that earlier we used to use, one trend came when we used to use 6 pockets. That is a short-term movement, maybe short-term trend. It may be something long-term trend. Like long-term trend means, let's say tie we used to use long time. Okay, after 2006-7, when people got to know, no, we became more patriotic. Why we should use tie? Okay, it looks like we are using a belt, or the climate condition is not good in our situation. US, UK people, they can use tie because they are, it's a cold weather. Okay, but the moment we are using tie, it becomes hot. Okay, and our climate does not support it. Then we stopped it. But long time we use tie. But how many of you buy tie nowadays for the sake of using ties? I stopped many years back. It's lying. Only I'm giving it to my son if he is using, that's it. Okay, otherwise it's kept. So you understood what I'm saying, the difference between long-term and short-term trend. So when we are talking about doing the analysis, doing the parameters, I will take all the values. Don't worry. Just understand this, then I'll take the values and I'll calculate and will show you. So this is a trend we are talking about, okay, which I'll call a secular trend or long-term trend, short-term trend. It may be anything. Like I will say another trend, maybe let's say that you are the chief marketing officer of Pepsi company. One of my known person is there in deputy director. Let's say you are the chief marketing officer in Pepsi. Okay. Now you are aware that even 10-15 years back also, Indian people used to drink cold drinks like anything. I saw also in South India, but here in Bangalore, with meals they used to give free one Coke bottle or Pepsi bottle or Fanta bottle. I think Paradise or Imperial Hotel. I had multiple times in 2010, 2012, 2015, that time. So whenever you used to go for meal, used to say free Coca-Cola, free this thing. So if something our human nature is, our nature is, Indian psychology is, if you are getting free, you have it, simple. Or you take it, consume it, right? So they used to promote in that manner. But the moment people, they got to know that that is bad for health, it damages kidney, it creates more problem than what is giving the temporary satisfaction of our tongue, then we stopped using or consuming bottles, soft drinks, isn't it? So if I say that pattern before 2015 was long-term pattern for a holdings market since 1995 to 2015, 20 years. It was a long-term movement, whatever they had in sales of holdings. And after that, it's a short term, and in short term of period, they reduce their sales and all because of some trend changes. In that case, I will say this is a trend, long term or short term. Hope you have understood what is I'm talking about trend variation. When I'm talking about cyclic variation, please understand it is a bigger cycle which you need to think. It is not happening every year and all. Cyclic variation when happens, let's say we talk about recession, pandemic. In 100 years, one pandemic comes like whatever it happened in recent past, corona, isn't it? Also that point of time research came in the year of 1970. Some French plague came into the picture that point of time. So it happens, pandemic happens in every 100 years. Or in some cases, let's say the economic up and down, recession. You ask little senior people, they will say every 8 to 10 years, you will get a recession. It is 100%, it will come. 2008, financial recession came, 8 to 10. After that, that bankruptcy, Lehman Brothers, financial bankruptcy, recession came. Again, you see 2020, after 8-10 years, recession came due to some other reason. Again, you will see 2028-30, one recession will come or something will. This is a cyclic thing. It happens everywhere. That I am talking about the cyclic variation, which generally it spreads 7 years, 9 years, 8 years, 10 years, something like that. In every cycle it comes. And it's a cycle. It will be growth, decline, depression, recession, up, growth, something like that. It will be like that only, cyclic variation. That we are talking about. Then next is seasonal variation. Think that if I ask you that crackers sale goes high during Diwali season, isn't it? Then consumption of hotel rooms, it goes high during vacation, maybe Christmas, maybe other vacation time. Sale of cake, pastry goes high during Christmas season, 25th December to 1st of January, something like that. So these are all, we call it seasonal variances. Every season it is coming, we are getting the variances and all. I have seen many brick and mortar shopkeepers, they're making huge amount of money without sticking to one particular product throughout the year. They are selling cakes, giving example, let's say candles, more during this Diwali, October to December, October to December, Diwali and Christmas. Then from December to maybe March, they are selling some woolen clothes and all. March to something, they're changing something. So they are the seasonal, we're talking about the seasonal variance in such matter. In terms of Navratri and all, new clothes we start buying and all. So the sale of new clothes and all, it goes high during the Navratris and all. So all of this we consider as a seasonal variance. And the last one, the parameter which is called a random or irregular variation, which you cannot predict, sir. You cannot predict. Okay. These variances are due to random external variables like floods, wars, not food, floods, wars. Okay. Anything, earthquake, strike, lockout, epidemic, anything can happen, which you do not have any control on that. We do not have any control on flood will happen or not, wars will happen or not, earthquake will happen or not. So that particular concept or particular parameter also we need to consider when we are considering and the calculating of time series analysis and the data. When I'm using these 4 parameters in a additive manner, plus manner, adding it, I call it additive model. When I am using it in multiplication manner, then I can call it multiplicative model. Got it? Okay, now let's take the example of this simple thing. Herein, in these both the models, your data will be given any point of time. The data will be given, you need to identify and you need to add it. If it is additive model, you need to multiply it if it is a multiplicative model. Same here, let's say the trend is given rupees 10,000. The seasonal factor is equivalent to 1,500. Cyclical factor is equivalent to 80 rupees. Okay, and the factor, let's say other residual or random factor is 410 rupees. If I'm using the additive model, then my demand forecasting of that particular year will be, let's say 2,000, 1,500, minus, because this is negative 800. Okay, cyclic factor. And then we'll add it, this 400. This is the method of additive method. Simple, same problem if you are using multiplicative method, you see that it will be multiplicative like this. Trend, it is given 20,000. Seasonal factor is given rupees, let's say 1.15. It is bracket in the given that a good month of for sales expected to be 15% above of the trend. 1.15% means more, means 15% more than previous one. Then cyclic factor 0.9, it means business will slump 10%. That we are expecting. It is given. The calculation is huge. Calculation, even we do not calculate it without the proper data of 10 years. 10 years, when we will be talking about the strategic management paper, then I'll be taking example of this shopping malls, Globus, PV, the shopping malls, their data and all. So then we calculate these things, these figures. For the timing, for the sake of calculation of mathematical manner of this part, demand forecasting, you consider data will be given. So you need to put it in that manner. Residual factor 1.02. That means random fluctuation can happen of 2%, something like that. And when I multiply it in that manner, then see the similar amount I will get. 21,110, 21,114, same or similar. So whatever model you use, you'll get a similar result. Now, only thing is which model you will use, it depends upon the factors amount which is given, or factors parameter which is given. That's it. Okay. Now, these four are important for everywhere, for your personal life also, for if you are a chief marketing officer going to be, you are a salesperson going to be, or in terms of exam purpose or whatever. This is most important for understanding. Okay. Now, what is this? We are having this secular trend measurement in four manners. This one, how come you can, this one, secular trend, this one, trend, long term, first one. How you can measure that, that I have explained. The rest is not given. Now, this one, okay. We have four different methods to measure the secular trend. Graphic method or the freehand curve method. Second is semi-average method. Third is moving average method. And fourth is least square. Least square will not talk most. The other four different methods are there. Okay. Least square method we'll be discussing when I'm in strategic management. If I'm taking any example, and there I will explain you least square method. But for the timing, you consider these are the four methods. And here we'll be discussing the three main methods on that. Graphic or freehand or curve. Nothing that the data is given. Now, if I ask you, read this question that the following are a scale for the last 9 years details, cell. Determine the trend by line by the freehand method. Now, my question is it a first, you need to understand, is it a, can we do the time series analysis? Is it a chronological manner? It is given the data 2000 to 2008. See, it is given in chronological manner. That means I can use this method, time series method. Okay. Now it is saying that this is the data. Can you do the line, or can you project, or can you do the demand forecasting for the cell? It is very easy. What we do generally, we are plotting this. We are plotting this simply. In one side, y-axis sales in unit, and right-hand side years. So what I am having right now, in 2000, we are having 75 units. I have plotted it. 2001, 95. 2002, 115. Similarly, 2008, 175, something like that. Right? And we are taking major 2 points and going through. Let's say 75, 120, or something average. Freehand, whatever you are thinking, it is going. The line is going through the middle. That is called freehand method. You can say, sir, is it right? I can draw different. You cannot draw differently. Little bit here and there, it may happen. Little bit. If I draw, instead of, let's say, it is passed here, I will pass here. But average, it will be same or similar, like this only. Understood what I'm saying? So this is called the freehand method. So there are some problems. That's okay. We'll cover up in next method and all. You understood what is graphic and freehand curve, which generally we are making it. The trend line, which you need to make it by hand, simple, with the following data and the scales. Next one is the semi-average method. That means I am not making full average, but I am dividing into two parts in the two series. Think that this time series data is given, and I need to make the projection of certain year. Now let's say there are 2000 to 2006, total 7 years are given. In semi-average method, I will make it into two groups, and then I will make average value of the first group data and second group data average. And that two values I will join, because to draw a straight line, I need two minimum points. So 1 point data point I'll be getting, taking the average of first half. I will first group given data and second group given data. Is it clear? Now more to explain you. Let's say there are here 7 different years are given and the different values is given, sales in lakhs. What we will do, if it is odd number of data is given, odd number of years, then the middle one I will leave it. That means here middle is 2003. I will not consider 2003 and 2003 data. I will consider one group as a 2000, 2001 and 2002. Okay. And another group I will consider 2004, 2005 and 2006. Now I am going to take the average of these two groups. 100 plus 105 and 115 divided by 3, which is 106.67. Similarly, the group B 120 plus 105 and 115 divided by 3, which is 113.33. So that means I am having now data point of these two data points, 106.63 and 113.33. And I will consider these 2 points and I will draw a trend line out of this. Trend line out of this. And that will be the final one. So now if I need to, let's say, project the demand for let's say 2005 done, 2005, let's say March, then it will be like this here. This point will be the 2005 month of March demand, which is close to, let's say 115. I'm just telling it will be less than that, little bit less than that, 114. So 114 lakhs of units will be sold in, let's say 2005 in March, example. Or if it is yearly wise, I can project instead of 2005, I can say 2006 to 105 or something like that. You understood? Or accurate one. So this is called the semi-average method. Why semi-average method? When we are dividing into two groups, left and right and something like that. And the provided it is a odd number of data is given. And if it is even number of data is given, then we do not leave the middle one. We take 4. Instead of, let's say 7, they have given 8 years. Then we'll take 4 as a group, another 4 as a group, and we'll do the same method. This is called method of semi-average. Now you can say, sir, no, I do not want to use a method of semi-average. Tell me something which is called average. Now, average always does not give the right value. I cannot say. That is the reason we are studying this forecasting techniques. Forecasting techniques are based on the statistics and the data. If I say that last 3 years I earned whatever, so you earned let's say 20 lakhs per annum, it does not mean that next 3 years also you'll be in average you will be earning 20 lakhs per annum. It is not possible. So that is the reason the concept came moving average method. And therein there is a process of 3 years moving average, 5 years moving average, 7 years moving average, and so on and so forth. Focus on 3 years moving average now. Think that this data is given 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These all, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 years data, they have given it to you in a chronological manner. It means now you can use the time series analysis. Okay, before I move on, if generally when I ask questions to the students, I jumbled up this. I do not give this data chronological manner, that 2004, 2005, 2006 and 2012 like that. No. What I generally give 2004, 2005, 2009, 2008, 2006, 2007, 2010, 11, 12, something like that to confuse students. Now, what you need to do first, that data you should arrange in chronological manner, and then you will apply this demand forecasting techniques and the moving average methods or this time series analysis. You understood the main point? So it is not that what you are seeing, it is that what you are going to do. I can make you confused to understand or to test the student's knowledge, okay, without giving the chronologically. But if you're having the data, you can make it chronological manner, and then you need to apply it. Fine. Now let's focus on this 3 years moving average technique. Nothing. I have just mentioned this vertically. Year versus wages, whatever they're getting. Okay. 1200 rupees per day or something like that. Now I'm going to use the 3 years moving average technique. That means what? I'll be considering first 3 years. Let's say 1200, 1500 and 1700. And I will make the average of this. That means 1200. That means 1200 plus 1500 plus 1400 divided by 3. And I will write that data point or the amount here, not here. First one I will leave. I will write it from second because it is 3 years moving average. I will start from the middle, not the first year or not the last year. You understood what I'm saying? So when I am saying what will be the moving average data or the prediction of yours of 2005 based on this data given, then your answer should be 1366.67. Now let's move on to the next one. Next one means, let's say for the next year, if you want to predict this one, what will be the moving average value? Okay, 3 years moving average value or the sales or wages of the workers in 2006. Then what you need to consider? You need to consider 1500, 1400 and 1750. You will add 1500, 1400 plus 1750 divided by 3, and then I will write it here, 1550, and so on. It goes like that. So any point of time giving this data, if I ask you what is the 3 years moving average value of 2008, then your answer will be 1750 unit. Means if it is wages, rupees, if it is in number of sales, numbers, and something like that. Okay, so this is the 3 years moving average. You can use the 5 years moving average also, 7 years moving average also, and so on and so forth. Now herein, to give you more complicative problem and to force you to think something, here there was no weighted thing. In 5 years moving average, I have added the weighted method. It means I'm saying, think that your business, you have started your own business last 10 years. You cannot expect the first year whatever sales has happened and the problems whatever you faced to make that sales and the revenue, it will be similar and the same for third year, fourth year, fifth year, second year, 7th, 10th year. It will never happen, isn't it? So it is fluctuating. I'm fluctuating in terms of anything, any parameters. Don't consider that. Think that I'm giving you weightage. That, okay, fine. First year was very tough. Okay, but okay, first year I will give less because I did less sales and the problem more on regulatory part was more. So let's say let's give the weightage of 3 for the first year. Second year sales and the process I'm giving 2. Fourth year recession came very tough. I'm giving 6 as a weightage. Something like that. Very bad, very good, and so on and so forth as per your priority. That is called the weightage which is attached to the sales, revenue, and anything in terms of projection. Understood? Here, in 5 years moving average, what I have done, I have told you that 1 to 10 years data I have given you, and for this next, as it is 5 years, I am giving the 5 years weightage also to that problem. That means first year weightage is 1, second year weightage is 1, third year weightage is 3, fourth year weightage is 2, and fifth year nothing is told. That means by default 1. It cannot be 0. If it is 0, the value will be 0. So it is by default 1. To test your knowledge, the fifth one I have not mentioned. It has to be 1. Okay. Now, if I'm considering the same concept of 5 years, then when 3 years happened, then I left first year and started from second year, middle. When 5 years happen, then I will leave initial 2 years, start writing and projecting from third year, and I will leave another 2 years like that. So let's say this is 5 years model. It is given like this, 1 to 10, first year to 10th year. This is the sales revenue in terms of crores or whatever. And 5 years method I'm using. So generally, if it is a normal method, I would have used, let's say 40 plus 33 plus 75 plus 81 plus 76 divided by 5. And I would have written it here. This third middle value for the projection. But here, as I have given you the weightage, you need to multiply that weightage to the respective year's value. So that means it is not 40, it is 40 into 1 because 1 is weightage. Second year 33 into 1 because 1 is a weightage, plus third year 72 crores or whatever multiplied by 3, which is our weightage given in the question. Fourth one 81 crore maybe multiplied by 2, which is weightage given. And the fifth year 76 multiplied by 1, which I said by default it will be 1. And divided by total weightage value. That means it is 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 1, 8. So divided by 8. So I am taking average not by 5, but by 8. Though I am doing 5 years weighted moving average method using with the weighted value. But if I do not, in the question, I do not give you the weighted value, then it is a simple moving average. Whether it is 3 years, 5 years, it will be divided by that number of years. Like if it is 3 years, it will be 1 by 3 average of the value, 3 years value. If it is 5 years, it will be 1 by 5 of total 5 years value. But here, as I have given you the weightage, it has to be multiplied and it has to be divided by total weightage value to get the average value. And now, so this is giving you 65.8 crore or whatever. Similarly, when I'll be considering, and if anybody asks you that what will be the 5 years moving weighted average value as per the weighted given above for the year of, let's say this one, not year, let's say 5th year, this one 5th year, then what we will do, come here first, take before 2 years, previous 2 years, this year and next 2 years. So 72 plus 8, 72 into 1, 81 into 1 plus 76 into 3, 68 into 2 weightage, 91 into 1, and then I'm giving you 71 value divided by 8. It will come 76 crores or whatever. Now, if you consider that why do I need to calculate this 5 years moving average like this with the weighted value? Because to predict properly, if you see that 6th year, the sales happen in 68 crores, let's say it is in crore. But actually, when you are giving weightage as per the business parameters, recession, product availability, government rules, regulations, all over, whatever as per your understanding you are giving the weightage value, your actual sales is not 68, it is equivalent to 68.750. So actually you have done good. But in third year you did bad if you're considering this one. See, 72 you have sold, but actually in 5th year moving average, so actually you have done 65.8. So if you're considering that kind of projection, then your projection will be like that. And if you observe the difference between these two values, one is second column and the last column, this is normal values, whatever you have made sales. And it is random also maximum. You say 40, 33, 72, 81, 76, 60. Okay, so now you are comparing this, you will see that when we are making this moving average method with the weightage value, it is continuously growing 65, 71, 76, 78, 86, 19. So your projection may be projection line in that manner. Your prediction might be good, though 1 or 2 years we are going to get lesser sales and all. So it completely depends upon the company and the person and the people, what kind of projection they want to do, demand analysis they want to do, and so on and so forth.
Hope you have understood the concept of this section. It is clarified properly. You have enjoyed. See you in the next section.